What is going on, number ones? Here again, here for you, some Call of Duty Ghost, and some news came out yesterday. A lot of people might consider it troubling news. I'm actually not all too troubled by it. It might actually be a pretty cool thing. So what happened is Call of Duty is now going to be a part of a 3-year development cycle. What this means is instead of traditionally going back all the way towards the beginning there, it was Infinity Ward make a game, then the next year Treyarch makes a game, then the next year Infinity Ward makes a game, then the next year Treyarch makes a game. They basically swap out year after year of who makes that Call of Duty. And it's kind of gotten to a cool thing because both developers each have their own separate kind of play and separate kind of feel to their games, right? That's kind of how it's been. Well, it was announced that Activision has hired a new developer for Call of Duty to make sure that Call of Duty itself continues to be innovative, and it would give each developer 2 years rather than 1 year actually to put together their games. They brought in Sledgehammer Games. Now, Sledgehammer Games, if you guys don't know, worked on Modern Warfare 3 with Infinity Ward to make that game, and now they're going to be their own solo developer for the Call of Duty series and making their own game every couple of years. So now instead of Infinity Ward Treyarch, Infinity Ward Treyarch, Infinity Ward Treyarch, it's going to be Infinity Ward Sledgehammer Treyarch, Infinity Sledgehammer Treyarch. Yeah, that goes. It's almost a tongue twister. But yeah, there's going to be 3 developers now, meaning that if you're an Infinity Ward fan, you're going to have to wait 3 years after an Infinity Ward game comes out for the new Infinity Ward game. Same goes if you're a Treyarch fan. And that was kind of troubling to a lot of people, myself included at first. So it's like, I love Treyarch. I've talked about it many times. If I had to pick a favorite developer for the Call of Duty series, it would be Treyarch. I like the way their gameplay plays more, as well as zombies. I think a lot of people would make the argument that zombies in Call of Duty should be its own standalone game. And I don't know about you guys, but I would pay $60 to have 5 new zombie maps, right? And have this zombies be its own standalone game. I would do that because I really do enjoy zombies within Call of Duty. Now, my own personal opinions and biases aside, Sledgehammer is now here, and that's what this video is going to kind of focus as, is almost an open letter to Sledgehammer Games. Now, I might be viewed sometimes as kind of a cynic when it comes to Sledgehammer, when it comes to Infinity Ward. I have this bias towards I love Treyarch. I just love Treyarch and I love everything they do. So when something comes out like this, it's like, okay, so now I'm another year away from another Treyarch game. You'd picture me to just be like, Lord, really? It picture be a bad thing, but I think Sledgehammer can make a good Call of Duty game right now. I think this is something that could actually be a good thing, and I think this whole 3-year cycle between different Call of Duty games is actually a really good thing, because now each developer has an extra year to polish their game, an extra year to add new things, and that can be a good thing for everybody. I think that's the entire point, and that's the entire basis behind the decision to add a new developer into the Call of Duty series. So this video itself is going to focus as more of an open letter to Sledgehammer Games and my suggestions for their game, because this is their first time solo commanding the ship, making this new Call of Duty game. So first and foremost, I'm going to say this, I'm going to get out of the way, but it's not going to make sense, and I hope this video does get to at least one person at Sledgehammer so they can see it and they can possibly take this away. But I would love a World War II game. With how Call of Duty works and with how this works, we all know Sledgehammer has been working on this game for a few months now, maybe even longer than that. They've been working on this, they've known about this, it just now actually came out to the public that you guys at Sledgehammer have been making this game. So it's probably not a World War II game, but for me personally, that's what I would like to see, but it's probably not that. The things that I can give you, the information I can give you guys at Sledgehammer, and I think everyone will agree with me in the comments of this video, and I'm sure you've seen stuff like this on Twitter, and you may have seen stuff like this possibly on Facebook. I didn't look into whether or not you guys use a Facebook or how you guys do this, but there's a couple things that I feel as though that you guys may have done or may have had a hand in during Modern Warfare 3 that a lot of people didn't like and they would not like to see within your new game. Now, of course, I'm not entirely positive what role Sledgehammer actually had within Modern Warfare 3. Some people say Sledgehammer made the campaign. Some people say Sledgehammer made the multiplayer. Some people say Sledgehammer had a mix in both. Some people say Sledgehammer mainly did spec ops and they worked a little bit with the campaign as well. They may have been done consulting on the multiplayer. It's a difficult thing. It's not really transparent, and that's one of the things I would like to say to you guys, is to try and be transparent about that kind of thing. Is if you have more than one developer or more than one team working on stuff, it'd be nice to know who to blame, I guess would be the phrase, as bad and as cynical as that sounds, I understand. But there's a lot of things about Modern Warfare 3 that I thought were bad personally. In my opinion, it was the worst Call of Duty. And I've played every Call of Duty dating back to Call of Duty 4. And if you really want to count it, I have played Call of Duty 3. I played a little bit of the multiplayer, but that's before I got into the whole gaming scene. That's before I got into the whole Call of Duty scene. This was me playing, split screen with my cousin at his house on his 360. I played Call of Duty 3. I also got Call of Duty 2 way after the game came out, and went back and played that just to see what it was like and how people used to play and how the game was. I went back and played that and played the campaign on Veteran, which was a very fun campaign on Veteran. I did get stuck at a certain point, and I couldn't get past it, but that's neither here nor there. I want to talk to you guys about the maps, about weapons, about kill streaks, and about just making your game fun. This is something I hope that a lot of you will agree with me, and I hope that the people at Sledgehammer actually hear this. So the maps, first and foremost about the maps, and this is something that I'm worried about personally, and I hope that this is not the case, but since you guys at Sledgehammer did work with Infinity Ward, my idea is that this game is going to be like a Modern Warfare 4, and it's basically just going to be a reiteration of a different Infinity Ward game. Don't. Please don't. Please make your own game. Show what you guys have. You guys are artists, right? You guys are your own developer. You guys have your own development team. You guys have free range now to do whatever it is you want. Please do not ride the coattails, the metaphorical coattails of Infinity Ward. When it comes to this, don't be them. Alright, one of the things I condemn Infinity Ward for is their maps. They are dark. They are dreary. There's like a green haze everywhere. When I picture Modern Warfare 3, I picture the color green. That may be because of the green logo and stuff, but no, like the main menu, it's got this green haze. The pregame lobbies, there's a green haze. On a lot of the maps, there's just this green haze. It's depressing. When people buy these Call of Duty games, I think this is kind of a misconception among the developers. We're buying this game, it's an arcade first-person shooter, right? That's what it is. We don't want a dark, dreary, super sad, realistic, oh god, this is war kind of game. We want a nice, bright, beautiful, and vibrant game similar to what they did with Black Ops 2. A lot of people, I'm on the internet, I understand everyone in the world has their own opinion, everyone in the world is just weird sometimes, but I've had actually a couple people say, oh, the color scheme in freaking Black Ops 2 was just goofy, it was all cartoony and stuff. No, that's fantastic! Bright colors, beautifulness, that's what we want, because Call of Duty, you guys are stepping in, Sledgehammer Games, you guys are stepping in to a franchise that has been around for freaking ever. Hell, this was the 10th Call of Duty game, right? People have been playing this game forever. When they do play it, they play it for a long time. I think a lot of people buy gaming systems like the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Those are basically Call of Duty machines to a lot of people. Those machines are basically there to allow them to play Call of Duty, right? That is their number one game. It's not uncommon at all for the typical Call of Duty fan to put anywhere from 5 to 10 to sometimes even more days of playtime into their game. If they're doing that, please don't make the maps dark and dreary and green. Just please don't. Please. I beg you with that. Other tips I can give you guys on the map, this is, I realize that a lot of you guys are developers. You guys make video games. I'm sure you guys play video games too. My experience in Call of Duty, which I have played an unholy amount of Call of Duty. I put 30 days in the Call of Duty 4, 30 days in the World of War, 45 into Modern Warfare 2, another 30 plus into Black Ops. I only put like 10 into Modern Warfare 3. I put probably 15 or so into Black Ops 2. I've played a lot of Call of Duty. It's my thing. I'm a YouTuber. One of the things I can say about the Call of Duty maps, and you can see it's progressing as each game goes by, is that the new style of maps are kind of like this cluster. I'm sure you guys, especially because you guys worked with Modern Warfare 3, that you guys have seen this picture. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. This is kind of an example of how Call of Duty maps used to be, maybe back during Call of Duty 4 and World at War and Modern Warfare 2 and maybe even Black Ops. This is how the maps used to be. And then on the right there is how the new maps are. They're kind of like just a circle and it's a cluster and their spawns are everywhere. Make a good spawn system. You remember back during Modern Warfare 3 when you would play free-for-all and you would share the spawn point with people. I played a lot of free-for-all in that game because it was so simple to figure out because it was almost like a revenge-based spawn system within that game. That revenge-based spawn system basically says, okay, if I shoot a guy, turn around because he's gonna be there. That's where he's gonna spawn. Please don't do that. Make it so it's like the older maps if you're playing like a team-based game mode. Our base is here, their base is here, meet in the middle for a fight, and if someone's good enough at flanking, they can get inside the enemy half of the map and take people out. That's how I believe a lot of people want their maps to be. I don't think people like this giant cluster. I don't like this hold your hand and domination, right? I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about because I'm sure you guys made the spawn systems. When you play domination like in Modern Warfare 3, say I have the C flag and we have the B flag, the enemy team's at A. If one of our teammates so much as like walks near the A flag, suddenly the entire enemy team is now spawning on C to trying to avoid any kind of a spawn trap like you could do in Call of Duty 4 and World at War. While it's okay, while I understand people not wanting to be spawn trapped and such, but at the same time, because we're winning the match and because we're holding the flags, we automatically get shot in the back? That's not a good idea. Make the spawn system good. Make it like it used to be. Please, and try and make the map somewhat symmetrical and somewhat simpler and not just like a giant cluster of different kind of tight alleyways and different kind of paths and whatnot. Make the maps a little bit open. You know, one of my favorite maps of all time, two of my favorite maps of all time were CeeLo from Call of Duty World at War. I don't know how many of you guys played World at War, but the map CeeLo in World at War, I loved it. One of my favorite maps. And from Modern Warfare 2, I loved Wasteland. Wasteland was fantastic. It's just giant open fields. It was great. I like big open maps. I don't like this tight, clustered, dark green, hazy alleyway stuff that Infinity Ward likes to do. I like the other stuff. And I'm sure a lot of people can fall under that same boat because Call of Duty Ghost has gotten like the worst reputation of any Call of Duty game that I've seen over the past couple years, and I think that is honestly because that is what the entire game is. It's this dark, dreary, tight cluster. It's just really not that good, right? Try to avoid that when you guys make your game. Next, I want to talk to you guys about weapons. Please do not make this next Call of Duty game similar to what Infinity Ward likes to do. See, two ends of the spectrum. There's Infinity Ward. In my mind, Infinity Ward is known for no recoil at all, and every gun kills you in 3 or 4 bullets at any point across the map, right? Then Treyarch, their guns kick a lot more, and their guns take a lot longer to kill. Alright, I like Treyarch. I believe if you're talking about like a skill-based thing within a video game, I think having guns that kick, having guns that require you to stay on target longer, that definitely is more of a skill-based thing, as well as it's more rewarding, it's more fun, it's more fair. You actually have a chance to be able to take someone out if they have bad aim, and it definitely rewards the better player, which is something I think Call of Duty over the years is starting to lack, is rewarding the better player and rather rewarding everyone in general. Other than that, a nice variety of weapons, definitely good. Maybe some old fan favorites could go in there. Not just like random weapons. Like I noticed in Call of Duty, a lot of random weapons are being thrown in, which I can understand that. Like I can understand maybe not wanting to rehash the same weapon into every Call of Duty. But at the same time, classic guns like the M16, the MP5, the AK-47, the AK-74U, the M4A1, the Scar H, maybe an M40A3. Those are fun guns. Those are classic guns, and longtime Call of Duty fans will appreciate having those guns back in there. Maybe even just, I understand it's probably going to be a modern game, but maybe even throwing in a World War II Tommy gun for people like me would be fantastic. But for the most part, I understand that there's limitations of what you can do. You guys are making your own campaign, and I have no advice for the campaign. I have no advice for your campaign at all going into this next Call of Duty game, because Call of Duty is a game, let's be honest, people don't usually buy it for the campaign. Some people do. But for the most part, I think most people buy Call of Duty games for the multiplayer, and then they go and they play the campaign now and again. I've played the campaign on every Call of Duty game, and I've beaten it, and for the most part, I've never been disappointed. That's why I'm excited for whatever you guys at Sledgehammer Games have to do with this next Call of Duty game in terms of a campaign. I'm excited. You guys may continue the Modern Warfare series. You may not. You may go off and do your own thing, and I'm all for that. I'm excited because Call of Duty campaigns are always fantastic. One piece of advice I can really give you about the campaign, and this is something that's never been done in Call of Duty, and it would be kind of a neat idea. Maybe integrate some kind of multiplayer rewards for completing the campaign. An example of that would be during Battlefield 4, which I'm yet to play the Battlefield 4 campaign because honestly it just seems like work. But in the Battlefield 4 campaign, if you finish that campaign, you unlock the P90 PDW. And throughout other parts of the campaign, if you score high enough on like that mission of the campaign, you can unlock like a certain pistol, or you can unlock different dog tags, or you can unlock a certain kind of knife. Things like that. Maybe add some kind of multiplayer rewards for completing the campaign. Maybe somehow in your campaign you feature a Tommy gun. I don't know how, but you feature a Tommy gun, and for beating the campaign you unlock the Thompson as a multiplayer weapon. I think that'd be a neat idea, Sledgehammer. You listen to me. You hire me. You know my name. You know my number. You call me. I'll come give you guys ideas all day and night. Speaking of ideas, I want to talk to you guys next about kill streaks. For the love of goodness, please make them fun and make them usable within this next Call of Duty game. One of my biggest gripes for Modern Warfare 3 was that the kill streaks were just, they weren't fun, right? They just were not fun. They were difficult to get, and I'll use the pave load in the AC-130 as an example. It took 12 point values to actually acquire yourself the AC-130 in that game, which was essentially worthless because there was a 5-second spawn protection that people got. So you would kill a couple people, maybe one or two, and then you get shot down because the people you're trying to kill, you physically cannot kill them for the first 5 seconds within your AC-130, and they shoot you down. It's like, I understand that the AC-130 is really powerful for Modern Warfare 2, I get that. But at the same time, it was an 11 kill streak. You earned that 11 kill streak. You should have the ability to kill people. And especially if those people are trying to shoot you down, it should not be a one-way fight. You should not give the upper hand to the person with the Stinger missile, right? In Call of Duty Ghosts, there is no lock-on launchers. You can, I like that, but throw in lock-on launchers in the next game. I don't care, but don't add spawn protection to kill streaks. It becomes silly. I have a video up on my channel, roughly like 100,000 views. It's gotten like a lot of different views from lots of people. I'm running around with the Maniac kill streak in Call of Duty Ghost, and a guy just spawns in, and he runs out, and I'm running towards him, and since I'm technically in a kill streak because I'm in the Maniac streak, he's invincible to me for 5 seconds or so. So I get a hit marker with my knife, and then another knife, and my throwing knife. All of those get hit markers on this guy because he is literally invincible to me. Spawn protection from kill streaks is silly. That's one of the things that going back to it, kind of coming full circle here, is that in Call of Duty, it tries to reward the bad player. Why? I just earned an 11 kill streak, but Timmy No Thumbs going 2-30 over there gets to shoot me down? That's silly. Why does he deserve that? What's the point of kill streaks at that point, right? Make the kill streaks fun. Just add tons of them. Make it kind of like Modern Warfare 2. Everyone loved Modern Warfare 2 before it got hacked and One Man Army and Danger Close kind of came out. And speaking of kill streaks, if you guys want to add, this is definitely not a bad idea, and I almost recommend it. I think it would definitely add some positives to your new game, which you guys are kind of like in the line of fire right now, right? Because there's a lot of people that kind of like Treyarch, and then you guys are stepping in and saying, nope, 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 Treyarch, you take the back seat, we got this one. So maybe a lot of people are going to be upset. You guys, one of the things you guys can do is trying to listen to the advice in this video, because trust me, I believe I honestly know what the Call of Duty community as a whole likes, and the Call of Duty community as a whole likes hidden kill streaks. Kill streaks like the nuke, which wasn't, of course, hidden, but then the Moab, and then the nuclear from Black Ops 2, even though that wasn't technically a kill streak, it was more just a medal. And now we have the Chem Strike in Call of Duty Ghost. Add something like that. 25 kill streak with your gun. Do that. People actually like that. Makes it kind of fun. If you made it to max rank in the game, you still have something to play for. If you randomly find yourself on a 20 kill streak, you got something really fun to try and go for. It's an intense thing. A lot of people enjoy it. Add a hidden kill streak. It's actually pretty cool. The final thing I want to talk about with the new Call of Duty game, Sledgehammer, is please make it balanced, right? Just please make it balanced. I understand that you guys want to sell games, all right? I get that. What I don't get is why Call of Duty has taken measures every year to annoy its hardcore fan base in an effort to appease new players. You know, things like death streaks. Please don't include those. They need to go. They don't help people improve, and they annoy good players. They annoy me for doing well. As example, I can cite to you guys multiple. I could put links in the description, but I'm not going to a bunch of different videos that I've done where I was, one, maybe two, or maybe a couple kills off of a Moab in Modern Warfare 3, and a guy kills me in a Final Stand. I can cite to you guys many videos, actually one video in particular where I was one kill away from a Moab with a KSG shotgun, which was notorious for being the worst shotgun in Modern Warfare 3. It was one kill off of a Moab with that shotgun, and this guy comes sprinting at me with juiced and jukes away from 2 of my shots and kills me. And I die off of my kill streak, off of my Moab, because that guy sucks enough to go on a 4 death streak. That doesn't make sense. The entire idea of death streaks does not comprehend with me. See, I'm gonna sound like a freaking old man in a video game. But back in my day, back in Call of Duty 4, if you were bad, you were bad. And you just got crapped on left and right until you improved. And that's how it goes. That's how, honestly, that's how I think it should go. You know, if you're a bad player, you should be a bad player. You shouldn't be able to equip things like danger close and throw down IEDs. You shouldn't be like these kids in Call of Duty Ghost right now with a riot shield and the fast swap perk, being able to throw a C4 and blow somebody up before they can even register on my screen that his riot shield is moved. People are freaking invincible with that riot shield C4 combination in Call of Duty Ghost right now. People are invincible during Modern Warfare 2 with the one-man army and the danger close combination. It's not a cool thing. Don't add things like danger close. Don't add explosives in general aside from like frag grenades. You know, like the claymore. No one likes dying to a claymore. Hell, no one likes getting a kill with a claymore. It's cheap. An IED is the worst example from Call of Duty Ghost. It's awful. Bouncing Bettys from World at War were just as bad. All of it is bad. Don't add cheap little explosives for cheap kills. Don't add death streaks. Don't add ways to annoy people. Alright, I understand it's annoying to get shot. That's a thing. But people can understand, okay, I just got outgunned. Okay, I got shot in the back. That's a thing. But when you turn a corner and get claymored, that's not fun. When you turn a corner and there's a guy waiting there with a danger close, especially, grenade launcher or an IED or anything of that nature, it's not fun. People don't enjoy that. Try and make the game balance in the spawn system. I talked about it earlier. Try and make it so that there's not this payback spawn system. It doesn't improve players in Modern Warfare 3. It just annoyed good players and made us play a different way that we normally would. You know, when I played Modern Warfare 3, these players weren't killing me because they were spawning behind me. It was just making it so I couldn't make my way towards a flag because every time I got a kill, I had to stop, turn around, and there was the next person. It was just how it was. It's not enjoyable to play a game like that. Make the game back to when it was in older Call of Duty games where the enemy team is on one half of the map, we're on one half of the map, meet in the middle for a fight. Don't make it so just because I look at the flag funny that the entire enemy team is going to start spawning behind me. No one likes that. Try and make the game balance to the best of your abilities. This is your guys' first chance, and you guys are stepping into this is the majors, right? This is nuts. Like, I understand you guys worked with Modern Warfare 3, and you guys did what you guys did in that game. Once again, it was not exactly transparent as to what you guys exactly did in that game, but I don't think that's going to be anything compared to the kind of heat and the kind of things you guys are going to get, because the Call of Duty community is a bunch of raging people. Call of Duty community as a whole, and trust me, I work with them every day, they can sometimes be very nasty, very hateful, cynical people. And I'm sure, of course, that doesn't really bother you too much from a developer standpoint, but at the same time, do your best to not make people angry. This is like, you guys are like coming in, you guys are essentially, I mean, you guys kind of worked a little bit, but this is like your first start. Like you're a 1-year player in the NFL and you're about to start the new season. All right, you guys are like the new guys. Like, you guys are taking over for Tom Brady right now is what you guys are doing. You guys are essentially the backup quarterback that kind of like was on the practice squad, kind of helping with some other quarterbacks. But now suddenly you're starting in place of Tom Brady, and so Tom Brady has to start next year, right? That's kind of what you guys are doing. You guys are just coming in. It's like, do your best with this game. This is your guys' chance as a developer to really make a name for yourself, other than that group of people that helped out with Modern Warfare 3. Alright, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully someone at Sledgehammer gets to see this video, and if not, at least I tried my best, and at least I tried to do everything I could to get my point across and to try and say, hey, this is what I'd like to see within the new Call of Duty game. Either way, I hope everyone out there who watched this video enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys can let me know in the comments maybe some of your guys' opinions and maybe some feedback on my opinions as to some of the things I would like to see within Call of Duty games. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a rating, and hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 grand rocks, that's how I roll. I got one